Hey everyone, we are back, and this time it is to make some stairs in our cabin. We want to be able to go from our main floor level down to the basement. So the stairs, a little bit of a two-step process. First is we need to create an opening in our main floor so that we can then set up and create the stairs. So to get started with that, you can be in a 3D view like this and rotate the house around. Rotate that house around a little bit so that you can easily select the floor slab like that and highlight that blue. Okay, now pause if you're watching, just follow along with, or watch for a second, I should say. We'll come right back to this view in a bit. If you happen to be in the main floor, the other way to select the floor is when you're looking down, it won't let you exactly select it, but if you hover and press tab key slowly, what it does is as you're tapping the tab key, it cycles through all the selections that the mouse can make at that moment. And that is another way to select the floor while in this view. Like so, go back here. Easiest place to do it is probably just a 3D view. Highlight it when it's blue. We are then going to edit the boundary. Okay, edit boundary. And here are those purple lines. Remember when we drew the outside shape of this floor? The purple lines define where that floor went. Now we're going to jump back to the main floor plan. There's the purple lines because we need to add an opening about in this area for the stairs. So what we'll do is make sure we're in the Modify tab now, because we should be actively modifying this floor. We're going to use the Rectangle tool under the Draw area. Rectangle tool. And then we are going to draw an opening in the floor. Just double checking my notes here in the dimensions. We're going to draw an opening. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, the front door area. That just kind of starts here to about there. And I'm not even super worried about the dimensions at this moment. I just want it to be close to that area. Because you can drag lines around before you dimension them. So I can always grab a purple line and drag these around. And what will happen is when we're all done and you hit finish, big green check mark, you'll create a floor with an opening in it. Just like that. Look down through there. So I'm going to jump back into edit mode, highlight the floor, edit boundary, go back to main floor plan. And I should be right back here where you still are, I hope. And if not, you just saw how to get back here. My dimensions say I want my opening to be 11, 10, and a quarter wide or long. So let's go with Dimension tool. Left edge, right edge, place it, escape. And I'm going to highlight the right end. Click on the number, 11 space 10 space 1/4. Enter. All right, so that's the length. The width is 3.3. Let's put in a dimension side to side for 3.3, and I'll work on the bottom one. 3 space 3. Enter. Click off to deselect. Okay, the opening is set. Now where I want this top purple line is I want it to be along the stud layer. So I'm going to go up here, drag up, pass, back on, and there we go. All right, so now I notice my dimension changed on me. So what I just do is Control Z. Because I forgot to click on the dimension and lock it. And now we'll do that with the other one now that it's remembering to do so. Let's try that drag again. Drag the purple up. Should snap to where the stud and the sheetrock meet. And I'll lock that because I want that to stay. And look, the dimension stayed just where I wanted it to this time. And then on the left side, we should have a dimension, edge of stud, edge of opening. I will repeat that because I wanted to say one other thing and I forgot. Click my reference, left click my reference. Be very careful now not to accidentally click on another reference when zoomed in. And you can either try to click in here, or as you can see, you can also just click outside here in the opening as well. Escape a couple times to cancel that tool. Highlight this purple line because that's what I want to move. Click on the dimension now to edit. And I want 3.75 inches. Or 3 space, or 0 space, 3 space, 3/4. But otherwise I like 3.75 inches. Enter. And click off, click the dimension. Down here I see a lock tool. Go ahead and lock it. Zoom out. I'm still 11/10 1/4. That's awesome. 3/3 and 3 3/4. And I'm aligned along that top edge where the stud and the sheetrock meet. If I like all that, now I can do the green check mark. Oh, that's still in dimension mode is why, so hit escape a few times. Now I'm back in the modify tab. Now if I like it all, I can hit the green check mark. And there is that opening right where we want it. And we can now look down into our basement. Just be careful so you don't fall. Okay, so we have our opening set. It is time to actually get the stairs created and draw them in. So let's go to the architecture tab. We're going to go to stairs right there. We're going to duplicate and rename the stairs. So let's go ahead and edit type, duplicate, and we'll call these the cabin stairs. Very clever name. And click OK. And it says edit the properties to match the image below dash left. That would mean I'm reading the tutorial as I'm making these videos. So that can come in very handy to see everything going on. You could probably also just carefully pause this video as we go though also and do just fine. So what it's telling me to do in the tutorial is going down the list here. We're going to make our maximum riser height 0 space 8 for 8 inches. We want minimum tread depth of 9.5 inches. Highlight it all, 9.5 inch symbol, enter. In case I haven't told you yet, I use the number pad all the time. I rarely use numbers above the keypad or keyboard. The number pad is so much faster. And there's an entry key right there, and all my little math symbols for the most part are there also. Sorry, back to the properties box. 8 inches, 9.5, and 3 feet. Looks good so far. We still have more to do. We're going to go to right support type. Right there, stringer, 2-inch width. Way to the side, hit the triple dots. And we're going to duplicate. And we're just going to backspace or then arrow over and make this say 1.5 inches. Click OK. And then we need to make sure that we probably change the width on that. Instead of 2, highlight 1.5 inch symbol, enter. And we can now click OK. And that should be built in. Excuse me. Go down here to stringer 2-inch width. Click in that box one time. Go to the triple dots on the end. And let's see, sure is. Our type selector already has the 1.5 inch. We don't have to rename it, reduplicate, and everything. Just change your type from 2 to 1.5. Click OK. Click OK again. And that is good. We are now ready to check our properties box right here. Base level, main floor. We're going to change that to foundation. Or sorry, basement floor. Right there it is. Wow. Sorry, spaced out for a second there. Could not find it. Yep, basement floor. We don't have to worry about any offsets. Top level is going to be the main floor. Good. We're hoping we can get 14 risers. We'll see how that goes. Actual tread depth, 9.5. Yep, that's good. And I think that is it for prepping before we draw. Oop. Sorry. I'm going to flip the page a little bit differently in the tutorial. Here we go. So I'm going to jump back to my main floor plan. There we are. And the first click we put in is going to be right here on the midpoint. Draw a line for 12 risers and click to create that segment. So I'm going to go across. And what I'm watching is in the bottom left corner of this stair shadow, you can see there's words there and it says 10 risers created. Move a little more. 11 risers created. 12 risers created. Let's click right there. And then our third click is where our next, it's going to auto create the big square landing here. We just need to move down. The next segment starts on the bottom side of the landing area. So let me go down here, bottom area, and 2'2" away from the wall, it says. 2'2". Click. And let's see, oh yeah, it's looking pretty good. And then really you just move the mouse down. And you'll see it says how many risers are created and finally 0 remain. Left click again. Looks pretty good, I think. So that's it for the tutorial. Let's just double check something quick. I'm going to green check mark that I like the stairs. Oh, the computer's like, something's kind of wrong. These are just warning boxes, but it definitely means we need to do a little work. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to go to 3D view. And sure enough, it drew the stairs backwards. Remember, I started over here on the right edge and went across and thought it was going down from this end. But here's the cool thing. All you have to do is go back to main floor, highlight the stairs once, and right there's the flip arrow. No flip-flop on this one, I guess. Click it once, and just like that, now you have down to a landing, and then down 1 or 2 more steps under the main floor area. Go to 3D. Stairs are still defaulting in with railing. So all you have to do is left click once on a rail, delete key. Left click again. See how you gotta be careful though not to get the stairs. Just the railing and then delete key. And there's our nice little stairs going down to the basement. Hopefully that helps. Please let me know if you have any further questions.